Hey, welcome back to the Big Rant Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit the subscribe button down below and let's get right to it. Now, I'm not sure which is which. Is the end of the world coming on the 18th of April or the 23rd of April? First, of course, after Stephen Hawking died, there was all these reports of some weird email or voicemails and text messages saying the world was going to be invaded by aliens on April 18th. I think I discussed that on this particular channel at one point. And that kind of faded away, and people are like, yeah, it's BS, whatever, right? Now, some people truly held on to it and still believe to this day that on April 18th, the world will end via alien invasion, basically. That will all be taken over by aliens, and that'll be the end of it. And now there's a new one. One I found on Twitter via Fox News of all places. Now, at first when I saw this, I thought Fox News was trying to perpetrate this BS hoax that this is. But it turns out that they're just reporting what somebody else has put out. And so let's go into this particular story. Now, if you've gotten to the point that you've already figured out that the April 18th thing is clearly a hoax, and that I've already pointed out in the past that, people believe anything you put out there. You can sit there and lie to them and tell them the world will end tomorrow, they'll believe you. But let's get into this particular topic. Now, this one's a little more interesting to me than the crazy voicemail, because anybody can fake a voicemail. But it's harder to, explain away insanity, I suppose. But apparently, according to a Christian Numerologist, David Meade, he's told the UK's Daily Express newspaper that April 23rd, the world will end. That's his claim, that the world will end on April 23rd. Why does he say that April 23rd is the day? He says that's because the sun and moon will be in Virgo, as will Jupiter. And this represents the Messiah. Well, this is all well and good and everything. But we also know that the Bible does kind of make it kind of clear that no one will know the day or time when the end of the world will take place. That everything works in God's time and we have no clue. Now, I'm not the biggest religious person in the world. It's not something I do a lot of. But to see people using religion just to basically sell books and get views doesn't make any sense to me. I'm covering this not because I think that this is something that's real, but it's something people need to know about, that people are out there, that are no more than swindlers, that are just out there to convince you of total lies, total BS that makes no sense. But let's get back to his argument. Now, according to him, there's a section in Revelation 12, 1 and 2. Revelation 12, 1 and 2 describes the beginning of what is known as the rapture, or the second coming of Christ. His argument is right here. The passage reads, "And a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and her head a crown of 12 stars. She was pregnant and was crying out of birth pains and agony of giving birth." So according to him, this represents Virgo, and therefore, since supposedly these things will be in Virgo, the sun, moon, and Jupiter will all be in Virgo, apparently. They will, that means the end of the world is coming on April 23rd. Now, I don't believe any of this for a second, because like I said, the Bible does make it clear that this isn't happening. At least if it does happen, this guy isn't going to know when it happens. But this person goes on to say that he believes Planet X, which is reported by NASA to be a complete hoax, will be here and basically destroy the Earth, cause earthquakes and things like that. And I don't believe it. So which one's real? If these are, everyone wants to believe that these are both real. So which one is it? Is the world ending on April 23rd or April 18th? I really wish the crazies would get together and explain to us exactly which day it is. I would love to know. That way I can plan for it. My wife could take off work. We could just make a day of the end of the world. But the fact is, these people are crazy. They have no clue when the end of the world's coming. Do you really believe that as many people are watching the stars and watching space, that they would have missed a massive planet heading our way? Do you really think people would have missed that? I'm not just talking about the government. You've got people that aren't tied to the government looking into space. A planet that big that's supposed to be here in 10 days, I think you would already be able to see it by now via telescope, I would assume. And we'd probably already be having effects of that by now if it was so close that it was going to end the world on April 23rd. Now, as for the April 18th thing, like I said, anybody can fake a voicemail or a text. It's easy to do. It's very simple to fake them. It's very easy to use your computer to come up with make some fake ass voicemail. And it's very easy to use other texting apps to make a fake text. So that stuff just clearly looks like a hoax to me. And if you believe it, then I don't know what to tell you. Let me know what you think down below. And have a great day anyway. Hopefully the world isn't going to end on either of those days. I don't see it happening. It looks like a giant fake thing to me. It's all a hoax. I don't understand how people buy into this stuff. I got people I watch on YouTube, and they're even complaining or worried about it. And I'm like, don't worry. It's not something to worry about. Even if it's not a hoax, which it is, even if it's not, there wouldn't be much you can do about it anyway. So there's no reason to fret over it, no reason to sweat over it. But anyhow, at the end of the day, they both look like hoaxes to me. And if anyone tells you they know the exact day and time that the world is going to end, and they're claiming that they're Christians, clearly they're not. Clearly they never read their Bible. But at the end of the day, people are going to believe what they're going to believe. And sadly, people will believe almost anything you tell them. Anyhow, y'all have a great day. This has been The Big Rant Show. I'm your host, Jacob Keck. I'll see you down the road.